and welcome to this very important video on how you can actually gain weight while eating Indian foods. So Indian foods are healthy, but if you're not preparing them the right way, what will happen is that over time, by making meals that are high in calories, because they're high in fat and sugar, you will actually end up gaining weight, and you're going to find it may have an impact on your health, leading to diseases such as type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and other diseases as well. If you haven't as yet, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, because this is where I come every week and share tips and recipes with you to get healthier. Let's look at some of the reasons why you might gain weight while eating Indian foods. The first one is the amount of oil that is used when you're cooking. Now, traditionally, while growing up, most of us have had delicious Indian meals prepared by our mothers, and it usually tastes good because there was a lot of oil in it. And over time, we've realized that having too much oil in our food is going to lead to obesity. It's going to be leading to heart disease as well. So we want to reduce the oil, but how much is really too much to be having? The second thing I want to talk about is what types of oils should you be using. There are so many different oils available. There's ghee, there's coconut oil, there's all the vegetable oils as well. And which one should you really be using for your cooking? This is something so many people are also unsure about, and what I'll be discussing in my special class, which is weight loss while having Indian meals. The third issue while having Indian meals is that we love to have deep fried foods. Think here of your samosas, your bhajiyas, right? All those type of nice snacky foods that taste good, but because we end up having them over time, we're going to gain weight. So how can you actually have your snacks guilt-free without gaining weight? The fourth problem while having Indian meals that again is resulting us in having too much fat is the amount of cream-based recipes there are. You know, whether it's in your dals or in your chicken curries that you're adding it, or whether you're making butter chicken or you're having a lot of butter going into your dals, it's going to result in too much fat in your diet. And we know we should not be having too much fat in our diet, because there is this association with too much fat and heart disease. The next reason that we don't want to be having, meals made unhealthily is the sugar content. We love sugar and we get addicted to sugar. Sugar is everywhere, right? It's there from our breakfast recipes right through then to our snack and dessert recipes as well. So if you are thinking about the amount of sugar you're using, you might be thinking, well, I don't add much sugar into my tea or coffee. However, are you having, sugar added in to your curries when you're making them? How much sugar are you adding into other recipes, even things like your chutneys when you're making them, or into, your mithai, your desserts when you're making them? So sugar is another thing we need to consider. And it's not just sugar, but what type of sugar is healthier for you? Diabetes is on the rise. I am working with so many clients right now who are either pre-diabetic or they're worried about getting diabetes because of the genetic link that they have in their families where there is this risk. So how can you now begin to reduce your risk of diabetes? By making better sugar choices as well. So that's again something it's really important to learn about, understanding the glycemic index and thinking about what sugars to have, but not just which ones to have, and how much of these sugars should you also be including in your foods. We like to also have our desserts. And when we think about the desserts, think about what swaps can I now make so that the dessert can be enjoyed guilt-free, and yet you learn also the portion sizes of your treats when you're having them. Another problem often with our foods is we like to use a lot of salt. Again, it adds flavor, but there is a link between salt and blood pressure, and you've got to begin thinking about, how much salt to be adding into your foods. And instead of using too much salt, I'm going to be sharing with you tips on what other flavors, herbs, spices that you can use. We like to have many spices in our cooking, but some of the spices actually are causing us indigestion. They might be causing us to feel bloated, or the feeling of reflux, acidity in the body as well. That's another thing I want to touch on in the masterclass, because don't struggle with these digestive issues. Just by, again, making a few tweaks, you'll find that you can still have your Indian meals guilt-free and without affecting your digestion. And of course, let us not forget our grains. Now, many people will feel I've got to have, a grain-free diet, and that's the only way I'm going to lose weight. So have you ever in the past done, no rotis, no rice, no bread, and you're just wishing the weight just magically drops off? And maybe you do lose a few kilos, but as soon as you begin to eat the grains, the weight comes piling back on. Please remember, you don't need to stop your grains forever to lose weight. You can still lose weight while eating Indian meals, and I'm going to show you how to do this without having to count calories, without having to weigh your food. So there are many benefits of including Indian meals in our diet. It's the foods, of our ancestors. It's the foods that we've got used to. These are our comfort foods. I love to eat it. It's really important that we continue eating the same meals as our family, but you learn how to make them healthier. Now, we have many events coming up through the year. There's Diwali, there's Christmas, you may be having a special birthday or an anniversary coming up, and you might be thinking, can I lose weight and can I see a difference? I want to tell you, you definitely can, and you can see changes coming in just 1 month. I've got so many clients who are able to lose weight, they're able to lose inches, they're able to come down a dress size, they're able to have more energy, feel lighter, energized, just within 1 month. So when you sign up for this masterclass, what will happen is you get the training, but you're also going to get some valuable information that you can begin to put into practice immediately. These are things that you can use on a daily basis with the same meals that you've always prepared, but you're now just making a few adjustments. It will still taste good, and if you have any questions about the masterclass, drop me an email. There is a very special price right now. Don't miss it, and I look forward to having you in the masterclass.